Hey beautiful, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, hi, my name is Alexis Jayda and welcome. Today's notification shout out goes to Ebony. Thank you so much for all your love and support. You have commented over 62 times. Thank you so much. If you want to be part of the notification squad, all you have to do is just like the video, hit subscribe, and leave a comment down below, and your comment can possibly be my next notification shout out. Also, you guys, I have something so exciting to share. FAMBAM Yvonne, I hope I'm saying your name correctly. I'm so sorry. I feel like it's because I'm overthinking it, but FAMBAM Yvonne sent me the Beauty Bay Earthy 42 color palette. FAMBAM is so freaking cool. I'm always bragging about y'all. Like literally, y'all have been coming through for me. And I love you so much, Yvonne. Thank you so much. This is the Earthy palette. So freaking beautiful. If you guys don't know, green is one of my favorite colors. And jade is my birthstone. Oof. So when I seen this baby, I was like, oh my gosh. And why would Beauty Bay discontinue the palette? I hate when beautiful things are discontinued, where I'm like, why? Like, what is the reason? Honestly, like, this is beautiful. Thank you so much again, Yvonne. Thank you. I love you so much. Thank you. Oh, thank you so freaking much. Look how beautiful this is. Yvonne. I feel like I'm like heck overthinking it about it. Yvonne. I think Yvonne. I feel like please correct me, please. Yvonne, I'm so sorry if I'm butchering it. I'm like, I don't want to offend you. I promise I don't. It's like one of those things where I tell like people like, oh, what's your name? I go, oh, Alexis. I'm like, oh, Alexia? I'm like, no, Alexis. You want to know something? I went to a school event with Angelica, and the teacher was like, oh, I'm so happy to meet Angelica's mother. I was like, oh no, it's Angelica or Angelica. And she's like, well, when I look at her name, and I'm gonna spell out Angelica's name for you guys, and I'm like, I made sure to pick a name where it's like you can say in English and in Spanish. Same thing with like Andrew, Andres, and Andrew, Angelica or Angelica, you know, from the Rugrats, Angelica. And she's like, oh, I've been calling her Angelica this whole time. And I'm like, girl, because Angelica has been telling me about this teacher that keeps mispronouncing her name. She calls her Angelica or Angie. And Angelica's like, oh no, it's Angelica or AJ, which is so crazy because I hated to be called AJ. I hated it when my nickname back in the day was AJ. I hated it. And it's so crazy because Angelica has adopted that nickname from her friends, and I'm like, that's so crazy. Anyways, so I don't want to mispronounce your name, so I'm so sorry if I am. Please correct me. I'm so sorry, but I am truly thankful that you sent me this. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I'm so excited, you guys. Like, so pretty. I don't want to touch it, but I'm gonna. Yes, I am. So pretty. All right, loves, let me know what you guys are doing. If you guys are cooking, if you guys are cleaning, if you guys are working out, if you guys are driving anywhere, or if you guys are chilling in the house, let me know down below. I would love to know. Or what's something new that you are doing for this week? What are you excited about for the month of November? Oh my gosh. This month of November, I'm going to try my hardest to start vlogging again. So if you guys want to follow that channel, I will link it up here, either this side or this side right here. You can click there and that will take you to my vlogging channel. I'm going to try to post on there because literally I'll get like a throwback video and I'm like, oh my gosh, why did I stop recording? And then I was like overthinking, like, oh, the footage is so old. And you guys have told me on TikTok, like, girl, I don't care if the footage is old, post it. I've seen the baby since they were tiny. I want to see those milestones. So I'm definitely gonna be doing that for you guys as well. So yeah, I've had a little bit of too much coffee, so I'm like, but I'm in a good mood. So I love you guys so much. And let's get started. Real quick, make sure to hype up the video. It really helps me out. I would greatly appreciate it. I love you guys. Thank you. Let's begin. All right, quick little recap. Tommy and my mom go missing. In the meantime, while they are missing, Charlie is telling me to pee on this stick because he says he knows I'm pregnant. And I'm like, no, I'm not. So I keep fighting with him. He says pee on the stick. And I'm like, no, I'm not. So I'm like, argue with him, still trying to get a hold of my mom. Now, I did mention, oh, some of you guys are going to say, why didn't you just pee on the stick? Saying like, oh, I know you guys are going to say this. I know this and that. Okay, a FAMBAM commented saying, Alexis, I don't know why you're saying that when no one is telling you that. Now, the reason why I sometimes say like, oh, I know you're probably gonna say this, or I know you're probably gonna say that, is because sometimes, yes, I do get FAMBAM who don't see why like my younger self would do something like, oh my god, this and that, and so like I'm already like defensive, and I'm like, I already know what you're gonna say, I need to stop doing that and just tell my story and stop over explaining. Sometimes I do see a comment saying like, oh my gosh, why didn't you do this? So I'm already like, oh, having to like over explain myself. It's something that I'm trying my hardest to work on, because I feel like even now I over analyze everything. Something will be going on in my life and I'm like, oh, I already know they're gonna say this, and I already know this, and I already know that, and I already this. And like sometimes I'm like, dang, that did not go how I thought, you know? But sometimes it does, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I knew it, and I should have already said this, and I should have already said that, and I just need to chill, because I do find myself over explaining a lot, especially because sometimes I'll say something and somebody will be like, what you mean by that? And I'm like, oh, I should have explained that, like, oh, just in case you might think this, or oh, just in case in this, and just in case of that. And a lot of you guys have told me, Jade, stop doing that. Stop doing that. We know what you mean. Even if you don't know what you mean, stop doing that. So I'm telling you, for the 150, 11th time, I'm gonna try. I really am gonna try. It's frustrating for me. I know it's probably frustrating for you, but it's frustrating for me where I'm just like, oh, and you're gonna say this, and you're gonna think that, and then if I don't explain this, then what if this, and what if that, and what if this, and what if that, and it's like, it's so hard just to be like, it's okay. Even if you get misunderstood, it's okay. And it's just like, I don't, like little Lex is like, nope, I don't want to get misunderstood. I want you to know what I mean. Like, I want you to be able to click on the word that I said, and it could like, oh, this, you know what I mean? Instead of just like, what you mean by that? You know what I mean? And I'm just like, oh my gosh, I don't know why. I don't know if there's something to do to make that feeling go away, but I literally am just like just in case. So yeah, so I'm fighting with them because I don't want to pee on this stick. They take my phone, so I'm like, oh my gosh, okay, fine, I'll pee on it. Pee on it, comes out positive. I'm freaking out because I'm like, oh hell no, this is, nope. I know my body, and my body is telling me I am not. So I plead with them. Finally, I get another test, pee on it, comes out negative, and I was like, see, told you. I make a joke and I tell Charlie, you are not the father. Because I'm just being funny, because I just like, you know, reiterating things. Sugar and Spice kind of take that to heart, and I'm like, what you mean by that? Which is just a joke. It's just a joke. It's just a hee-haw, just a joke. We kind of didn't like get into it, but I was just like, it was just a funny. Anyways, in the meantime, I'm like calling my mom. She don't pick up. Tommy doesn't show up until 4 days later. 4 days, that's a long time. She comes home, she's a little huffy and puffy, and I ask her like, where's my mama? She don't want to talk to me. She says, your mom's good, and if she wants to be found, she'll call you. And I'm just like, because it's so hard, because I'm like, okay, the whole time Tommy was gone, Sugar and Spice were like, oh my gosh, stress cleaning to the point like they were cleaning, okay? Everything was spotless. You can lick the walls. It was clean. But now since Tommy came back, now they were big chilling, and I'm like, I don't like that, because my mom's missing and I need to find my mom. You guys asked if my friend's mom was ever found. No, unfortunately she wasn't. It's been years now. So sad. I was tripping out because I'm like, where is she? And Tommy wasn't giving me any answers. So I kept calling the jail. They already know me by name. Hi, Alexis. And I'm like, oh, hey, hi, what's up? Did she found yet? The nice gentleman says, call your grandma, honey. So I'm like, okay, call my grandma. Big mistake. Me and her go into it. She want to call my mom a liar. She want to tell me it's my fault. That it's my fault. I made my mama go crazy. And so me and her fight. We see some nasty things. Hang up on her. Okay, whatever. Call her stepdad. Why would she be here? He's all in his feelings. Wants to act like a little bitch. Okay, cool, whatever. Still can't find my mom. I start pressing Tommy because I'm like, where's my mom? She tells me, I want to know what happened with the whole Charlie situation. I want to know what happened to my house. So I come clean. Sugar wanted to lie, and then Spice tried to lie, but then Sugar told on her. So then everyone is just, you know, fighting. Tommy's like, Alexis, you gotta leave because I gotta handle some business. And I said, okay, fine. So then the ex picks me up, and we were like hanging out. He's trying to be cool at first. Yeah, that happened. And as that's happening, I pull down his shirt. I see some hickeys, and then we start fighting because he want to get crazy with me. And then he drops me back off. And I wait at the steps because Tommy said to go find somewhere to go, right? So I'm waiting on the steps. Charlie comes out. He looks at me, tells me what happened to me. So then I'm telling him like, boy, mind your business. Got my ass beat. He's telling me he wants to know this. As me and him are talking, Tommy hears. She comes out and she said she don't want to be saved. So then I go inside, take a shower, I see all the blood, and I'm like, damn. I go into the room, I look at Sugar and Spice, and I'm like, damn, we don't look so nice. So then they're laughing. They're like, oh, she got you too. And I said, this is the ex. This is his work. So then we knock out. I wake up and I get a call, and it's my mom. And that's where we left off. I'm trying so hard to recap these story times without over talking too much. So then my mom's like, Jade, like, she sounds so happy. And I literally, in moments like this, I literally feel like my brain is going like a mile a minute, where all these things are rushing through my brain. I'm trying so hard to respond correctly. I know that's a trauma thing, but it sucks. Where I'm just like, ooh, can't come in too hot, because she's gonna be like, this is how you're gonna act, and the first time I call you and I haven't talked to you in days, blah 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 blah. It sucks, because I'm like, how do we respond? How do we respond? And so I tell her, I'm like, Mom, where are you? Like, where are you right now? Like, and I'm trying to get all the words out, and she's just, I'm good. Tell your grandma to bring you. I was like, what are you talking about? And I was like, where are you? Like, what? Like, I don't understand. Like, I was so frustrated, because I feel like in moments like that, my brain makes it so that, like, I don't understand. Nothing is penetrating. It's literally like wall, 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 and nothing is being able to like be accessed. It's just wall, 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 and it sucks, because I'm like I feel it in the moment, but like nothing is going through. So I'm like, what? Like, you don't make sense. And she just like lolly lolly lolly, like all happy and giddy, and I'm like, Mom, like screaming at her, because I'm like, what? And she's like, what? And like, to this day, she still has like moments like that where I'm like, Mom, like I'm trying to get her attention, and she's just literally like somewhere else. And I'm like, pay attention. I get so angry with her, because I'm just like, what are you doing? Like, why aren't you focused? She's telling me like, I am. I just like, I just don't understand, like, what are we talking about right now? I'm like, what are you talking about? And she's always making this like, I don't even want to say it, because it freaks me out, because I'm like, please don't let it happen. Please don't let it happen. Please don't let it happen. She's always saying like, oh my God, Lex, like I think I'm going to be one of the people that get dementia. She's always telling me that, and it always triggers me so much, because I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't want you to forget me. I don't want you to forget, like, what are you talking about, Mom? So I'm always telling her like to stop saying that and stuff, because like it freaks me out. But she's always been saying that from like early on, because we'll literally be talking and she's like, what were we saying? But it's like times 10. Like, it's really bad. So like it really freaks me out. And when she does it now and we're talking, I'm like, I want to like shake her, because I'm like, what did I just say? Like, and I feel like a bitch, because I'm like, what did I say? Then no, like repeat what I just said, because like I feel like we're never on the same page. And I'm like, are you even listening to me? Like, it's so frustrating at times, because I'm like, are you with me, or are you just not listening? It's okay if you want to just say you're not listening. I'd rather you tell me that than me think like, oh my God, you're going crazy. You know what I mean? And so anyways, we were talking on the phone. She wasn't answering my questions, and I'm like, where are you? What are you talking about? Like, where have you been? Like, what the f is wrong with you? Just cussing her out. Well, not cussing her out, but cussing at her, because I'm like, pay attention. Where are you? Are you talking in code right now? What's going on? Like, am I not picking up like the signals that you're throwing out? Like, I don't like, like, what are you saying? Like, beep, 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 beep. You know, like, I don't know what she's saying. So she just keeps telling me to tell your grandma to bring you, tell your grandma to bring you. And I said, bring me where, Mom? Like, where are you? Where art thou? Like, where are you? So I'm like freaking out with her, and she hangs up. Y'all, I freaking lose it, because she had called private. I can't call her back. So I'm like, oh my gosh, like, where the is my mom? So I'm freaking out. I immediately go and try to find Tommy, because I'm like, someone has to know, and they're always just playing me like I'm stupid. Like, I always feel like bitch, you think you're getting one on over me, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like someone's not being truthful, someone's not telling me the whole thing. And I felt like that a lot. Like, and I hate, that's why I have a huge thing when people like sometimes talk, I'm like, stop talking in a riddle. Stop talking like you want me to figure it out, like I'm saying it without saying it. No, bitch, say it, because it pisses me off like so bad. Because like, I'm not gonna sit there and be like, there's something's here. What's here, bitch? Just spit it out. Like, it's so annoying. I'm like super annoyed, because I'm like, okay, she's alive, but like, where is she? And what she mean by have your grandma bring you? The back of my mind, I already have a feeling like I know where she's at, but I'm like, I don't want to say it, because I don't want to freak myself out. Okay, leave it in the comments right now if you know what I'm talking about, what you think it is. Okay, so let's continue. So then I go out and I'm trying to find Tommy, and she sees me, and you can see like she has her cup of coffee and she's like trying to avoid me. And I was like, Tommy, please stop. Like, I'm like super overstimulated to the point like I'm screaming, shaking. And she like stops, and she's like, girl, I don't got time for you. right now. And I'm so pissed off because I was like, well, make time right now. Like, I'm so mad. And she tells me to take the bass out of my voice, and I'm like, no, I'm not. And so she's looking at me, she's like, what's wrong? Because I think she could see like I'm tripping out right now, like I'm gonna flip out. And it pissed me off because I always feel like no one takes you serious until you're really like flipping and going crazy, like clowning at your face, kind of crazy, like, why do I have to get there for you to take me serious? Stop, you know? So I tell her, my mom just called me, and my mom just told me to tell my grandma to take me to where my mom's at. She's like, well, where's she at? And I said, I don't know. She didn't tell me. What do you mean she didn't tell you? You didn't ask? Yes, I asked. And so I'm like, I literally told her from the jump how the phone call went. I said hi, said hello. She said, oh, girl, how do you get to it? I'm like, I'm trying to tell her. And then she's like, what did you ask this? I'm like, that's why I wanted to tell you the story, blah, 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 blah. And she gets frustrated with me. She's like, no, just key points. But then she's like asking in the gaps of the key points. And I'm like, oh my gosh. This is why I have to tell it the way I tell it, so it makes sense. And so me and her are arguing about that, and I'm like, dude, that doesn't even, like, we don't even need to be arguing about this. This is but just, where's my mom? And she's like, I don't know. And I was like, well, I can't call my grandma and ask my grandma because me and my grandma are fighting, and she would want to be saying some crazy ass shit. So I can't call her. And she's like, well, that looks like it's a you problem. And I'm like, okay. And so then she tells me, Alexis, sit down. And I already know what she's gonna say. And I hate that my brain does this. My husband gets mad because my husband will tell me, we'll be like chismeando and stuff, and I'm like, well, I can say it that way, and I can say it this way, and I can say it that way. He's like, no, I don't want you to see it all the other ways. Like, it's just this way. And I'm like, but I can see it the other ways too. And he's like, please don't do that. And I kind of give him an insight of like, these are the things that people were probably thinking, and it kind of gives him like oh, okay, so he can have different ways to reply or different ways of thinking. So when he does talk to that person again, he's like, Lex said you would say this, or Lex, well, you know what I mean? That makes sense. Anyways, in the back of my mind, I'm already thinking, she's probably thinking, okay, you're tripping out because your mama was missing. You know she's okay. Why do you care? But then the other part, it's like angel and devil. The other part is like, because that's your mom and you shouldn't have to explain yourself. You want to know if she's good, even if she don't give a damn about you. Stop telling me that. Stop talking to me like that. Stop. So I sit down, and she's like, why are you making that face? But it's because my brain is already coming up with all these things, and I'm already thinking of this. You're gonna say this, that, rebuttal, this, that, like my brain. And I'm like, oh, this is why I'm so exhausted all the damn time. So then I tell her, I'm like, 'cause I already know what you're gonna say. She's like, oh yeah, what am I gonna say? So I tell her exactly what I just told you. You were stressing, she's found, why do you care? And she goes, exactly. And I'm like, because she's my mom and I want to know where she's at. Just like when you're missing, she's like, and I'm fine, I'm here, so stop. And she gets up, and I was like, Tommy, please call my grandma and ask her where my mom is at. She says, no. Tommy, please, do you have my $40? I was like, no, but I promise I'll give you double. I'll give you 80. She's like, okay, I'll call her. And that stems so hard now. Okay, I don't do it as much. But I would always over negotiate with people in my life. Always. And it's not so much something that, like, when therapy did call it out, I was like, yeah, I know. But it was a pattern that I did see. I was always overcompensating with where I was always trying to make sure that you were a satisfied customer. Always. Like, always going overboard. Whether it be like, we were going out to eat, paying for that, paying for this, paying for that. Birthdays, like, I was always going overboard, to the point where it's like the times I couldn't go overboard, people would be looking at me sideways like, what's going on? What did I do? And I'm like, nothing. Like, and like, people, you know, would always expect that of me. And so then I stopped getting called on when I couldn't do that, you know? It just sucked. Where it's just like, when I reminisce on moments like this, I'm like, okay. It brings up a story time. I won't go too much into detail, but I used to help a friend, and I'll do a story separate to story time, so you guys can be like, yell at me if you want. I had this person in my life. I would help her. I always just fell for her because I'm like, she has 3 little babies. Like, it's really hard. Been there. Currently going through, you know, I have one more than her at the time. I would always be on call. Whether it be midnight calls, 3-4 a.m. calls, I was always there, especially to help her with the babies. I needed some help one time. I had to like overcompensate. If you do this, I'm like, I'll give you rides, I'll do your makeup for free, I'll do this, I'll do that. You think she would be like, nah, it's good, blah blah blah, because I did X, Y, and Z for her like constantly? No, she like collected that. She was like, oh yeah, and you said this, remember you said this, remember you said that, remember you said that. So like right now, talking about that moment where I'm just like, that's how it starts. And if you see your babies doing that, nip it, because I promise you they will start thinking it's a pattern and they will take it into their adult life. Nip it, okay? Nip it. Let them know like, hey, it's okay, you don't have to go, it's fine, because they will literally think, oh, this is normal, oh, this is okay, oh, I really liked how that person was like really, really excited. Yeah, same, it's a great feeling, but it doesn't have to be at a 10. Okay, there'd be times where you can do a 10, but it doesn't need to be every single time. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so she takes the deal and I'm like, oh my gosh, why did you even say that? Like, how the heck are you gonna come up with the 80, huh? Like, and you know she's not gonna be like, no. And freaking Tommy, I would do stuff like this with her all the time. Pisses me off, like when I think about it and stuff, because I'm like, Tommy, you really are an ass. Like, for real, for real. Why would you do that? Why would you think, oh yeah, that's okay? And then it's like, even as I got older with her, you think I would have stopped too, but no, I was like and do it and do it and do it. And then I finally got to a point where I was like, I'm not doing that, like I can't. Or like, you either you want to help me or you don't, you know. And it's like, okay, I don't. Cool, I'd be cool with people not want to do for you what you would do for them, you know. And it's a really tough pill to swallow, because you're like, why aren't you cool, bitch? Just kidding. Like, why? What? Like, why wouldn't you do that? And some people are just like that, you know. Some people are just they don't see it and they want to be sitting there and be like, oh, I wish people would love like how I love, blah 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 blah. Bitch, you don't even love like that. What are you talking about? What? Like, it frustrated me. Anyways, I hope I'm making sense. I just feel like I'm like coffee talking. Anyways, so she tells me that she's going to, and the whole time I'm just like waiting, like, okay, when? Okay, when? And it sucks because when someone's telling me like, oh yeah, they're gonna do it, like, how soon do you think when you tell somebody something and they're like, oh yeah, I'll do it, how soon? Is it like right there in that moment, after she's done with her coffee, later during the day, the next day? Like, how soon? I don't know. I don't know if it's because like I'm very like person, and I'm like, oh, I gotta do it right now, I gotta do it right now. But I feel like sometimes people be moving slow on purpose, and I'm just like what's good, man? Like, you good? Like, what's going on? Can I dial it for you? Because dang. And then I try to talk to myself and I'm like, no, it's just because you're anxious, so time probably feels like it's going even slower. So in reality, like, just chill out. I'm like, it's okay. But y'all, I swear, I feel like sometimes people just be doing it on purpose. Like the way my husband sometimes moves, I'm just like, I know he's doing it on purpose, because he thinks like it's trying to, like, he thinks like he's helping me with my OCD, but I'm like, no, dude, move it, like, faster, please. Because sometimes I'm like, you're doing it on purpose, and he's like, I'm not. But I'm like, I don't know if that's just a husband thing, but sometimes I do feel like they be motion, you know what I mean? Anyways, I'm like waiting for her, and I'm waiting. She finishes her coffee, and I'm just sitting there like pacing back and forth, and I'm like, and she's just watching me, y'all, and I'm like I know I have anger issues, because like I just wanted to just be like do it now. But I'm just like, okay, like maybe she don't want to hear my grandma from the jump, you know. The day just started, she don't want to hear her. Okay, cool. So I'm like trying to keep busy, and she's like, what's the rush? I'm like, there's no rush, but like I feel like anxious, you know, like I feel like on edge, where I'm just like, just make the call, please. So an hour passes by, and I'm just like, dude, like, ain't no way, like. So I go up to her, I'm like, what does $80 get me? Is it urgency? Is it just chillaxing? And she like laughs and stuff, and she's like, chill, I'll call when I'm ready. I'm like, all right, Tommy, well, those are $80, when are you gonna be ready? Because like, I don't feel like that's fair. And she's like, I'll call when I'm ready. Y'all, I'm just like, it don't make sense to me. Like, it don't, like I wouldn't behave like that. Why are you behaving like that? Like, it literally was stressing me out, y'all. Like, I was just like, and it just felt like the thing was going tick, 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 tick. I'm a child, and I can't be like, boo, bitch, hurry up, because then I'm gonna be looked at like, oh my gosh, she's so impatient, she's so crazy. But in reality, like, no, I'm not. I just want to know where my mommy's at, you know what I mean? But she didn't give a damn. Like, she was just like, you know what? And I think maybe that's why she got a little bit of her karma with her babies, because they gave her hell. Because I'm just like, dude, why? Like, why are you taking your sweet ass time when you know I'm tripping out? But I literally had to like parent myself and be like, Jade, calm down. Just because you want something right now doesn't mean it's gonna happen like that. Relax. I'd be like, yeah, okay, like, yeah, like, make it make sense. So I'm like trying so hard. I give myself tummy aches because I'm just like, I don't understand why you wouldn't just call. Like, it's been an hour. Now it's been 2 hours. Like, why? I love this freaking lip gloss so much. I tightened it so much, I popped the head off. So annoying. It's because things have to be on there tight and nice. I had to like squeeze it in here because of how I popped the thing off. The day continues and I try so hard to keep myself busy because I literally just kept looking at her, like side-eyeing her like this, like, are you gonna move, bitch? You gonna make the call? Like, and she'd look at me and she'd be like, what? Are you good? What's the rush? She kept saying that. Oh, keynote. I know when I give you this advice, you're gonna be like, what? But you do story times and you tell people your triggers, this and this and this. I know I'm not talking about do as I say, not as I do, okay? This is big sister advice, all right? Never tell anybody what sets you off. Never tell people, hey, I don't like this, or hey, I don't like that from the jump, until you really have like trusted this person and they have shown you that they're trustworthy. My biggest mistake a lot of the times is I was too trusting early on. Even people in my life now that I do trust, I have to tell myself too, like, I can't trust them fully, you know? Like, you know that saying, like, I can only trust you as far as I can throw you. You know what I'm saying? That saying? When I say things that set off my OCD, you couldn't imagine people around me that would do things to set off my OCD because I thought it was funny. Like, it was so crazy. And I remember I wanted to tell you guys a little bit more, and some family were like, Jade, don't. Because it's okay to like reserve some of that, because some people will say things to like scare you on purpose, you know? And that's very true. And there's a lot of things I have shared where I'm like, oh, I don't like talking about this, I don't like talking about that, because it sets me off. And some people will like purposely leave it in the comments, or like purposely like write me or and stuff, and they'll mention that, like, I know that freaks you out. Or when I tell people like, oh, I don't like being called this, and people will call me that, and it's like, and I'll search up their name, I'm like, you never called me that until I mentioned that in that video. That's crazy. But okay. But anyways, so like, example, what's the rush? Set me off, because I feel like that was like a huge thing where I'm like, I'm not rushing, and it was just like a trigger thing. Loved ones will say it to me and look at me and smile because they think it's funny, and I'm like, it's not funny. And people don't take me serious until like I pop off, and it pisses me off because I'm like, huh. And even that, when I do pop off and they're like, damn, chill, you could have just told me. I did tell you and you didn't care. But what's when I get out of 10, then you're like, oh damn, she's serious. And it's like, yeah, you know? And I'm just like, So when I hear like, oh, what's the rush? That's like a thing. Not so much now. Like now I'm like, okay, whatever. You know, like it's not a big thing. Work through it, therapy and stuff like that. Not a big deal. But it's just an example. So I want you guys to be careful when you guys do get into relationships, or you guys do have friendships. People love to purposely trigger you, as messed up as that sounds. Like, for real. Like I've mentioned in story times, when I would tell people, when I would open up and I'd be like, yeah, like this happened with my stepdad and stuff, and like it really messed with me, because like people really think that like I wanted him because like my mom still was with him. And what would happen as soon as we would have a falling out, boom, they throw that in my face. And it's so nasty. But it's like, I was too trustworthy, you know what I mean? And I shouldn't have, not that I shouldn't have, because it's like, just because you're ugly doesn't mean I'm not gonna be ugly too. But just be careful. And I feel like I had to say that. I feel like there's the FAMBAM out there that needs to be more like, be more guarded, you know? And I wish I had like a bigger sister or an older brother to tell me like, hey, you don't gotta, like, you know, not everybody's your friend. And I feel like that was my thing. Like, I think you guys would see older video. If you guys go back and see older videos, I would say like, oh, I want a friend, I want a best friend, I want a friend, I want a friend. As I've gotten older, I'm like, I feel like I was just trying to fill the void, you know? And it's just like, it's cool to have friends. I have friends, but I feel like I was really trying to like, really like friend, you know? And I feel like when you're that person who's constantly trying to like seek out friendship and stuff like that, like you're willing to take anything, you know? And you got to be careful, because salt looks like sugar, you know what I mean? So be careful. Anyways, let's get back into the story time. So I was getting a little bossy with her when she would like ask me for things here and there, tell me, and she had to keep telling me like, hey, I'm not gonna do you this favor if you're gonna be having an attitude. What's the rush? And I was like, because like, dude, it's not even I'm like, okay, you took 30. You took an hour. Like, it's been hours now. I told her, I'm like, you know what? Just forget it, Tommy. I just forget it. Like, I'm just gonna keep it at 40. Like, just forget it. She's like, nah. You said 80. I said, no, I'm not. Like, I'm good. Like, don't even call. Like, you're right. She don't care about me. I'm over here stressing. Don't call. I'ma just keep it at 40. The way she picked up her phone to dial in my grandma pissed me off. Because I'm like, that's what I had to take for me telling you I wasn't gonna pay you? Like, bitch. I was so frustrated. I was so like disgusted. I was pissed. So this time it was like 6:30 and I'm mad because I'm like, that's what, really? Like, really, bitch? But part of me was like, this is what I hate overthinking. I was like, oh, she waited this long on purpose because my grandma wouldn't be able to take me. That's why. And I always hate thinking like that, because even now it's so hard to give people the benefit of the doubt. Like, I swear it is, where I'm just like, stop, Jade, stop. Where I'm constantly, I'm like, I hate feeling like this. I hate thinking like that. And then when I get proven wrong and someone actually is like genuine, I'm like, thank you. It gives me that feeling of like, okay, not everyone is like that. You know what I mean? But ooh, pissed me off. So she calls my grandma. She's all laughing with her. Yeah, she's good, but, and like, so pretty sure she's updating my grandma about me. She's like, yeah, just talking. She's like, oh, okay, well, you let me know what day. And I'm like pissed because I'm like, but if you would have called earlier, if you would have, so I'm already getting pissed because I'm like, I knew it. Like, why? Why did you have to wait? Ugh, why couldn't you just do it when I asked? And I'm having all these arguments, and you know my face is just like that because I'm pissed, because I'm like, get fit, yeah, dude. Like, why? Why be like that when you know I'm stressing? Like, what the hell? As they're talking, I just walk away because I'm like, I know I'm not gonna be able to hide it. Like, my face shows it. And I try so hard to not let my face show it, but it showed. So I go to the restroom and I cry. Yeah, I know. I cry because I'm just so pissed off, because I'm like, why? Like, why didn't you say it sooner then, Jade? Why weren't you like, okay, I'm like, that brush looks like the brush I just fell. Ooh, got scared. Why didn't you say it sooner, Jade? Like, maybe she would have called, you would have been able to see. And then part of me was like, why do you care? The only reason why your mom finally called, whatever, was because she's somewhere where she's like, somewhere she has to sober up. But when she's out and about, she don't care about you. But it was a constant like battle in my brain, and it was a battle that I've had with so many people who are just like, cut her off. But it's so hard when you are in the mix and living it. Like, I promise it's a lot. It's easier said than done. So I'm in the restroom and I'm like trying to like stop crying, but I'm pissed and I'm flustered, and I hear Tommy screaming out for me, saying, oh, now you're busy, now you got something to do, but you were just over here just bugging. And I'm just like, talking behind the door, you know, as one does. And then I finally come out and I'm like, what? Trying to be all cool, you know, but you know, deep down inside I'm like crying. She's just there, arms folded up against, leaning on the couch like this. She's like, you know where she's at? And I was like, oh, where? She's like, what's the first thing that comes to mind? And I was like, a mental institution. She's like, the Lulu bin, and walks away. And I was like, that's it? That's all you're gonna tell me? And she's like, yeah, it's too late for your grandma to take you. And I was like, you see, like, why didn't you call sooner? She said, because we're on my time, we're not on your time. And so I tell her, I'm like, okay, well, I'm not paying the 80. Like, I'm not paying the 80 because that's messed up. And she's like, the hell you is? Yes, you is. And I was like, nope, that's not fair. So me and her are just like going back and forth, arguing about it, because she said just because I paid her, I haven't paid her, but I'm going to pay her the 80. That's not on my time. It's on her time. That's not the way it works. Ugh. So I'm just like, mental note, I'm not paying it. Like, I'm for real going to be petty, and I'm only going to give her 40. And I shouldn't have to give her 40. I didn't ruin the f***ing toes. So we kept arguing back and forth. She tells me that my grandma took my mom a few days ago. And I was like, what's a few days ago? She's like, I don't know. I didn't sit there and ask her a million questions like this. Nobody talks like that. Oh, and I was like, what do you mean no one talks like that? It's just regular conversation, Tommy. So me and her are like still bickering. She keeps telling me like, lower the bass. And I'm like, I'm not lowering, because what? She's like, you should have kept it respectful with your grandma. Maybe she would have told you. And I was like, you know what? I bet you anything had my mama in the mental institution before I called her. And I was like, I'm so tired of everyone playing these games. Y'all make me sick. Like, I was so mad. And there was, like, I swear, if Sugar and Spice would have walked by, I would have been like, because I was just so angry. I'm just like, ain't no way. And it constantly felt like everything was a game. Constantly. And like later in my life, when things got chill, I was like always on edge, because I'm like, something's off. And I hate that, like, my childhood made me too self-aware, where I was like, it was just like, it's just a lot. You just feel like you're always on 10, like, so we keep arguing, and she tells me to go take a fucking walk because of how angry I am. I don't want to take a walk. I didn't ask. Go take a walk. So I was gonna sit there and fight with her about staying in her house. So I go for a walk because I'm just steaming, y'all. Like, I'm just so annoyed. I'm sore. Like, I'm just, my whole body just feels like, ugh. And if you know, you know, I was sore all the time doing that, because I was just, ugh. Like, it's just, your body literally tells you in so many ways when they're rejecting somebody. Like, it literally does. You just have to want to listen. It literally will tell you. But I didn't want to listen. I was always just like, maybe this is just how it is. Maybe this is why people don't like doing it. Maybe this is why people think it's a chore. Maybe this, maybe that. No, that's not why. But when you're young, your brain just tries to make any sense of anything, you know? So I go for a walk, and as I'm walking, I check my phone. The ex is telling me that, oh, we need to talk. I bet you this, I bet you that. Shut up. It wasn't like, oh, I'm sorry. Like, he was too careful with how he was saying things, because he probably thought like someone had my phone. You know what I mean? I hated that. Or it's just like, just be you, bitch. Just be you. Like, only I'm reading my phone. But where I had my phone taken away so much, I could see why he, why he did that. So I tried my hardest not to message him for a while, but then I ended up giving in and talked to him for a little bit, fighting with him for a little bit, and I get a private call. I answer it so quick, because I'm like, okay, now I know it's my mom. I'm going to answer it. So then I answer it, and it's my mom, and she's like, Jade, like, in the sweetest voice, like, y'all, oh, that's when I find my mama. And I'm like, yeah, mom, like, it's me. She's like, did you talk to your grandma? She's gonna bring you, like, I miss you. It's literally like, oh, a fever dream. So she's like, I missed you. And it almost sounds like super rehearsed, so fake, where even I'm like looking at it, like, have you ever heard someone where you know, like, they're just saying something just to say it? Like, they don't mean it. Like, ugh, I hate that. Even when I tell my brain, like, they probably do mean it, it's like something just feels off. Like, when you watch an actor on TV and it just sounds like they're reading a script, and they sound like, oh, you scared me. I am so scared. Like, ugh, it just sounds off. That's how my mom sounded when she would say things like that, where I would always try so hard to take the compliment, but I was like side-eyeing the hell out of the phone, because I'm like, girl, ain't nobody listening, nobody can hear you, you know? That's how I felt. And I hated it, because I would always tell myself, like, Jade, stop. Like, what if she does mean it, you just don't know how to take it because it sounds so foreign, but she means it, you know? But it was so hard, y'all, because I really was like, it just felt weird, you know? So she's asking me, did you talk to your grandma? Like, I really miss you. Like, I really need to see you. And I'm like, no, mom, like, we fought. And I'm like giving her like a little bit of the rundown, and she tells me just to call my grandma, just to apologize, even if you don't mean it. Just apologize so I can see you, please. I need you. I miss you. I love you. You know, as I'm listening, because it really was like, wait, I don't know how to explain it. It's just so weird. It was a weird feeling. And she's like, I really wanted to see you. I wanted you to come today. And I'm like, yeah. And I was telling my mom about Tommy, and she's like, that bitch. I was like, why? What'd she do? What do you mean? And I hate that about me, y'all. I hate that. I hate that even though someone can be valid in doing something, if I love you, I'm like, that bitch. And like, I really mean it. Like, I really do. But it's like, oh, stop, dude. Stop. And I don't know how to teach myself to not care, or to not, like, I don't know how to have that, like, well, they did you like that, not me. I don't know how to have that, you know? I don't know. So anyways, I'm like, why? And she's like, no, I don't want to get into it. like she just, you know, she kind of, the mask fell a little bit and she's like, I don't want to talk about that, Jade, I just want to see you. And I'm like, like, I don't want to call grandma though. And she's like, please just call her, Jade, tell her that I want to see you. I've already told her, so she already knows, just make it right, Jade. And I'm like, oh, okay. It was so hard, y'all. It was so hard. I waited till the next day because I was like, it's too much. I can't, because I'm just like so nervous. So the next day comes around and I call my grandma, and my grandma is just like, what do you want? Like super mean, always like that. Even if I'd call her now, she'd be like, what do you want? Nothing. Oh, I just want to talk to you. And she's like, you calling me to apologize? I'm waiting to apologize. And I'm like, grandma, I'll say sorry if you say sorry. And she's like, I don't gotta be sorry. I'm not sorry for a damn thing. I'm not saying sorry for nothing. Well, I'm going to apologize because I think we were both in the wrong. Still going with it. And she's like, the only reason why you're calling me is because you want to go see your mom. And I was like, okay, yeah, about that. Like, when I called you, was she already in there? And she says, yes. Ooh, y'all, you don't know how bad I wanted to like punch the keys on the phone, because I'm like, I called you. And that's what I'm telling you. Like, my grandma's twisted. Like, that was so, like, instead of her being like, Mija, she's good, don't worry about her, my grandma was just like, it's your fault. And I don't know why she's like that. Like, I don't understand where her hatred comes. Like, I really don't. Like, to me, like, I just don't get it. Like, me and my mom were talking recently, and there was one time that my brother, he was like really sick and he wasn't listening. And so I had called my mom and I was like, Mom, can you like talk to him? Like, he just like doesn't want to listen, blah, 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 blah. And my grandma just snatches the phone from her and just starts going off on me. That just to bring my brother, that she doesn't know why I'm always calling and complaining. And I'm like, what are you talking about? So come to find out, my mom would go and make phone calls and she'd be on the phone all the time. And so my grandma would be like, who are you talking to? And my mom would be like, oh, I'm just talking to Alexis. She was complaining about the boys, my two brothers that I was raising. And so my grandma was like, oh, okay. But in actuality, my mom was only talking to one of her little drug dealers, and my mom was just using it as a cover up, like, oh yeah, I was talking to Alexis. Nasty. Like, oh. So when my grandma went off on me, I was like, the all confused. And my grandma was like, you're always complaining. I'm like, when? This is the first time I've called you guys in months. Like, what are you talking about? Don't play stupid. But it's one of those things where people say when people don't even want to hear you out, it's because they already made up their mind about you. You know what I mean? Like, and they just give them a little bit of something. They're like, I knew that bitch. I hated that bitch. But it's like, in actuality, you already had that feeling about me. You just try to have something to validate it and be like, sit down. But yeah, brother was really sick. My grandma was like cussing me out, and she's like, you better not be stressing him out. And I'm like, and where are you? Like, I'm the one who's taking care of them, doing this, and where are you? Like, I was trying so hard to defend myself, and my mom had to come clean that it wasn't me calling. And you think my grandma apologized? No. She was like, well, she's probably stressing them out, but just evil. And I hate saying that about her, honestly, but like, for real, she was just mean. I was just like, I didn't even call you, I called my mom. Like, what the? Yeah, I had to cut her off too during that time, because I was like, nah, like, that was crazy. Like, it was literally just like, talk some sense into him, because he ain't listening to me. And it was so annoying because they didn't want to listen to me, but they didn't want to be with my mom and my grandma or their dad. But it's like, they wanted to stay with me, but they didn't want to listen to me. Like, it was so hard because my brothers put me through it, and I'm like, dang, that was not fair. They were lucky that I was chill, and I was really trying to keep us all together, because I'm like, that's not cool. And I asked them too, like, would you have done what I did for you? And they don't even hesitate. They're like, no, because it was a lot. Like, they had me stressed. They literally did. Like, if I would do story times on the that my brothers put me through, oh my gosh, like, it was so crazy. And like, a lot of it not fair, like, for real. It was stressful, where I'm just like, why y'all being like that? So anyways, I try so hard to be calm, and as I'm talking to her, I'm just like, okay, grandma, well, can you tell me, like, why you didn't just tell me when I was like literally worried? And she's like, because I don't gotta explain the damn thing to you. And that's what I hate saying it, but that's what that generation was stuck on. Like, my mom, Tommy, and my grandma. Well, yeah. I was gonna say not Tommy, but yeah, Tommy would repeat a lot of things that my mom would say, and I feel like she was influenced with my mama too. We're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna use that, because my grandma would always be like, I don't gotta explain a damn thing to you. And my mom adopted that, and my mom would say the same thing to me, and I'd be like, oh my gosh, okay, so how do we talk so that we understand each other? It's not about like, oh, you gotta explain yourself. It's just like, damn, like just let me know so like I can regulate my emotions and not think my mom's out in the calle because the way she called me, like, ugh. And it was so frustrating because I had told my grandma about the phone call, how my mom was like scared, you know, this and this and this. You think my grandma would have been like, all right, mija, like she's okay, I had to take her because like hopefully we can get her help, blah 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 blah. No, my grandma's just like, I don't gotta tell you. And I don't understand why. Because like anytime that I knew that my mom was like gonna go through it, because my mom had tails, and I learned them bitches quick. And I would tell my grandma like, hey, heads up, the tornado's coming, so be careful. And my grandma would be like, you don't know her like I do. Oh my god. Okay, but I'm telling you. And then sure enough, it would happen. But when my grandma knew something, you think she gave me the heads up? I don't gotta explain a damn thing to you. And I'm like, actually, you do, because your daughter wants to come over here and mess it up. Let me know. Hey, a little heads up would be nice. Like, hey, tornado's coming towards you, so stand clear. I got your grandbabies, your great grandbabies. Like, what is wrong with you? Like, I don't understand why she was like on that. Like, it was just, it frustrates me, y'all. Like, the more that I talk out loud, I hear myself, I'm like, y'all were foul. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm just like, I don't get it. Foundation. So then me and my grandma keep going like back and forth. And I'm like, okay, can you just explain to me like why you didn't tell me? Like, why couldn't you just be like, yeah, she's in there, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, without you saying, you don't gotta explain a damn thing to me. And you know what's funny? Well, it's not funny, y'all, honestly. It's not really funny now, is it? My brother talks to my grandma like that, and that's not funny, right? Because it's just like, why are you talking to her like that? Like, respect your elder también, you know what I mean? But así habla. Pero that's how my brother talks to her, where he's just like, I don't gotta explain myself to you, you're not my mom. And he's really mean to my grandma, my younger brother. And it's just so crazy because I'm like, dang, that's crazy. He hurts her feelings a lot. And when I tell my mom, like, even though like I don't talk to my grandma, I'm just like, mom, like, check him. But my mom's like, I can't because your grandma don't say nothing, so I can't. And it's just so hard. I'll probably go in that another time. But pretty much the way that my grandma would be towards me, in a weird way, he doesn't even know. We don't really talk like that, you know, me and my younger brother, because I'm not gonna sit there and tell my 12-year-old brother stuff, you know. But in a weird way, all the mean ways that she was towards me, he's like that to her. And I'm like, dang, that's crazy. That's crazy. I would like want to have a relationship with my grandma when I had my babies, and I would try. I would literally pay my grandma. I would try. And even when I would go over, I remember one time me and Rudy would go over on the weekends, because I was like, I want to make that tradition where like I go over, I see my grandma. I want my kids to see my grandma, because like maybe she'll be a better person. And I remember her telling me like, don't you got a life? And it would hurt because she didn't have that energy for anybody else. And then when she got older, she'd be like, you guys don't visit me. And it's like, are you kidding me? Just, and I was still nice to her. I helped pay more than half for her to go to Texas. And you think she gave me thanks? She would always say how much she wanted to be with her sister, because my grandma's a Texan and she wanted to be out there. My mom wasn't stopping. And so I told my grandma, I'll rent the trailer for you. Here's some gas money, go. And you know what's so crazy? If I wouldn't have done that, my grandma would be miserable here. And my mom never would have gotten the help that she has gotten in Texas. I don't think my mom would be where she's at mentally if I didn't pay for that. And my grandma wants to sit here and act like I never did anything for her. And even before that, I would try. But with people like that, you literally can do anything and everything, and they don't want it from you. They want it from other people. And it's like, that's fine. Even when we went down there, my husband built her a railing because she has been falling a lot. She was thankful, but she still had her comments. And so it's just like, oh, it's so hard. So freaking hard. So she keeps just making her comments, and then eventually I just have to bitch down and be like, Grandma, like, I'm so sorry. Please don't be mad at me. Just talk to her in a way where she feels like, yeah. And I hated it because just how I said, it sounds so weird hearing my mom say certain things that it sounds like someone who can't act. It wasn't coming across genuine. That's the right word maybe that I'm looking for. I'm over here trying to figure out like how to explain it. But even me saying it, it felt weird where I'm just like, she has to know that I don't mean it, right? Like, it sounds too forced. And my grandma's like, okay, I guess I can take you to see her. And I was like, can you just tell me like why you didn't want me to see her, like why you didn't tell me. And she says, you couldn't handle it. I was like, okay, but can you just tell me, like in such a stupid little kid voice? That's rude, but you know what I mean, right? She's like, I don't know if you can handle it, and I don't want to hear you crying about it. I was like, okay, I won't cry about it. And she said, because I didn't want you to ruin it. I was like, what do you mean? Like, you didn't want me to ruin it? She's like, you see? And then you want me to explain. I was like, can you please explain it to me? Like, what do you mean? And she says, there's just something about you that you just f it up. You just f it up for her. And I was like, what do you mean? Like, why do you say that? Like, what do you mean? She's like, I don't know how to explain it. It's just something that you do. You just like get up, like when she's around you, like you're just a constant reminder, and you just get up. And she's like getting angry, and I'm like, why are you mad? And she's like, why are you asking me that? You know why I am mad. I need her to get better. I need her to get better for your brothers. And I'm just like, I want to tell her so bad, but like, what about me? But I already know, it's like, who cares? And so I'm like, Grandma, like, I'm not trying to irritate you. Like, I just want to know, like, what do you mean? She's like, you know exactly what I mean. You're a constant reminder. And it's so hard for her to get better when you're there. Ew, how ugly. Maybe that's why my mom had to be in Texas, I bet you anything that fueled my grandma even more. She was like, that's why she got better, was because we're not next to Alexis. Ouch. Ew. I hadn't thought about that until now. So I just stay quiet because I'm like, I'm not gonna even argue with her. And I don't want to ruin it and piss her off and her be like, never mind, I'm not taking you. So she tells me that she was gonna take my brothers today, and that if I want, that she guesses that she can take me too. And I feel like everything that she said, she was always intentional with it, I guess. And so I was like, okay, thanks, Grandma. And she's like, yeah. And so when she said that, it wasn't until I hung up where I was like, that son of a bitch knew that my mom was in there too. So I'm just like, oh. And you're probably thinking like, why did you still want to go around? Because I wanted to be part of it so bad. I wanted to be wanted so bad. Like, even if they didn't want me, I'm like, eventually they'll want me. Like, I really thought that. I was like, they just don't know it yet. Like, I have to be important to her. I just have to be. I just kept telling myself over and over, like, I have to be. She don't mean it. She's sick. Doesn't mean it. So I got ready, and my grandma comes a little bit later to pick me up. Tommy comes out. Her and my grandma chopping it up, talking. Yeah. And the whole time I'm just like... And I get it to a certain extent with the whole like kids don't gotta be knowing certain things, but I wasn't like, if I was like a regular kid in a regular environment, okay? I was over here drinking with Tommy sometimes, doing things that I shouldn't have been doing. So it's like I hated it when they wanted to be picky choosy, and it's like, y'all really couldn't tell me that you guys were getting my mom help. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. I don't care. Even now when they want to be like, oh my gosh, we thought we were doing the right thing, like, bitches, like, rude to do that. Like, it was rude. So I get in the backseat with my brothers because I want to sit in the backseat with my brothers. I'm like, oh, okay, I want to see them. They're all excited. We're gonna go see mom. And I'm like, yeah, that's so cool. They're all excited. My grandma's taken off, and it is like a 30 to 40 minute drive. My grandma just keeps staring at me in the thing every so often, and she is just so annoyed with me. Like, and I'm just like, I don't understand what the hell your problem is, lady. Like, oh my gosh, like, she is just so pissed off. And I'm just like, okay, I wonder what she thinks she knows. I wonder what is going on, because I'll sit here and tell you when I was being a little bitch to my grandma, okay? Like, I wasn't no angel, okay? But during that, I did nothing to her, okay? Like, I'm not saying I never gave her hell. I did. I gave her and her husband hell, but that hadn't even happened yet. I did that after, okay? When I stayed with my grandma for a little bit because my mama was in and out of jail, I stayed with my grandma, and I could do a little mini part series on that if you want me to, because I was a little bitch. And so when we did stop talking, I was like, that's valid. That is a valid reason. But I hadn't done that yet. I didn't start being a bitch.
Your mind, babe.
Yeah.
You don't sugarcoat it no more. You grow up, you know?
Yeah.
You realize she is not a nice person.
Yeah. And I was like, the times that she would say some mean things to me, I was like, I wasn't mean to her yet. Like, I gave her, you know? I gave her, like, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
You know? And I don't know, she's a bruja, and she could see in the future, and she was like, this little bitch. Whatever it was, but Yeah, I didn't start wilding out until after. And the whole time, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't feel guilty about it because I was like, she's rude. She's not nice. God forgive me. I was head. Like when I think about that time and reminisce, ooh, that was a crazy time. Did she deserve that? No, she didn't. And I paid for it. Oh, I did. I paid for it. Maybe that's how I should just start breaking it up in mini series like that. So we can get to like certain parts already. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, Chilla Bang? So anyways, she just keeps looking at me and I'm just like, Grandma, is there something you want to talk about? I don't even want to hear you. I'm like, okay. So I'm like talking to my brothers and she's like, what did I say? And I'm like, okay, sorry. So I'm like, okay. She don't want to hear. We finally arrive at the place and they say that my younger brothers can't go. So my grandma is like, stay in the car with them. I'm like, okay, cool. They said that I could go because we lied. I said I was older than what I was. And they said that like I could go, but that my younger brothers couldn't, which is understandable because they didn't need to be up in there or anything like that, you know? So I stayed with them in the car. We talked a little bit and my grandma was in and out of there. She was pissed. Pissed. And I was like, what? She's like, I don't know why I even came out this way. She's such a bitch. Like she was so mad. And I'm like, what happened? What did she say? What did you say? Because my grandma ain't no angel either, you know? And she's like, she's mad because I didn't bring what she wanted. And I was like, what do you mean? Like, what does she want? And she's like, tell me that my mom wanted this certain shampoo and she wanted a pack of cigarettes because you could have a pack of cigarettes in the back. And I was like, oh, okay. So we had to go drop off my brothers, go to the store. And instead of my grandma being like, no, I don't want to get this for her, my grandma was like, oh, I feel like I have to. And I was like, what do you mean? Like, she doesn't need shampoo. She doesn't need cigarettes. She'll be all right. And she's like, you just don't get it. And she was like super mad at me. Even when her sons were in jail, she would send the money. But you think she sent my mom money when my mom was in jail? Okay. Did I? No. But I'm just saying, different reasons. Anyways, so I was like, wait, what? She was like, yeah, we have to get this, we have to get this, we have to get that. And I was like, okay, well, can I go see her real quick? And she was like, no, you can see her when we come back. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I convinced my grandma to let me go and see my mom real quick. Cause I'm like, oh, I'll ask her like, what are the things that she wants and stuff. Like, that's so weird. Like, I wonder what it is. And my grandma was just looking at me like so pissed off. Like, she's so mad. She's like, hurry up. I'm like, okay. So I go in there. I see my mom. My mom is literally loving it in there. Like, she looks like she's just gliding through this place, gliding through that place. Like, she's just, no. That was some really intense screen, too. She's, like, loving it. Just gliding from this person to that person. Just talking and talking. And she's outside this, like, area. And some people are smoking and stuff. And my mom's like, Jade. When she sees me, she's introducing me to all these people and I don't care because I'm like, I don't want my mom to make friends in here because I've always heard you learn more when you go into these facilities. Like, it's not like good, and I know that's like, you gotta take everything with a grain of salt, but I was just like scared because I'm like, I don't talk to my mom because like I need her to be good. Like, I need her to be good for me. The things that they were talking about, I was like, yeah, you guys are not taking this serious. Anyway, so my mom tells me that if my grandma left me while she's gonna go get the stuff, and I was like, no. She's like, well, tell grandma that you're gonna stay with me while she go gets it. And I was like, no, she doesn't want to. She wants me to go with her to get the stuff, and that's why I came in here, because I want to know like what stuff you want her to get you. My mom turns to one of the girls and she's like, what shampoo did you want? And I was like, no, mom, like, grandma barely has any money, because like this whole time my grandma's telling me that she doesn't have any money and that her car's thirsty. That's what my grandma would always say. My car's thirsty. I don't have no money, this and that, but she has enough money to gamble. Anyways, so I was like, telling my mom, like, no, like, it's for you. And the girl was looking at me like, like mad, because I'm like, no, mom, like, it's for you. And I was like, I know, we're roommates, we're gonna share. And I was like, no, mom, like, I'm serious. And she's like, oh, I just love how overprotective she is. And it was just like pissing me off. So I was just like, man, even though me and my grandma, we bucking, I don't want my mom taking advantage of my grandma either. So I was like, no, mom, you're not gonna get that. Because my mom was like putting in requests for like certain lotions and that she needed that lotion because of this. Like, no, you don't. No, you don't. You're just taking advantage of the situation. Like, stop it. And that she needed this cigarettes. And she's like, you want a pack of cigarettes? Just like, ugh. And this wasn't the first time my mom did this. So you'll hear me in the future talk about my mom doing this, because my mom had no shame doing stuff like this. So you'll probably hear it again. But anyways, she was like, do you want a pack of cigarettes? Do you want a pack of cigarettes? Over here acting like Oprah Winfrey, and just, you want one, you want one, you get one, you get one. I was like, Mom, don't be making promises, because I'm not bringing it for y'all. And so my mom's like, oh, don't mind her, she could be a little bitchy sometimes. And I'm just like, because I feel like some of them knew my mom wasn't okay. She was having a mental episode, and during this episode with bipolar, sometimes you can be like overgiving and be like, here, this, that, and just literally giving the shirt off your back. And it's like, what? Stop it. Like, you literally are just like it's fine, like, I'm gonna get it again, it's fine. And it's very confusing because other people around will be like, yes, and some people will take advantage of that. And that's what it was kind of like giving, where they're like, oh yeah, me too, and call my mom by her nickname. And I was like, yella nasty, I see you, your cuernos, I see you. So my mom tells me like, oh, so what, that like my grandma's mean to me, that like, who cares, like, just you know, take it for yourself. If you want the shampoo, get it for yourself, whatever you want. Tell her it's for me, but you know, you could take it. And I was like, no, Mom, like, I don't like that, like, that's nasty. So my mom was like, then why are you here, Jade? Why are you here? She got mad fast. And I was like, because I wanted to talk to you about that night you called me. She's like, yeah, and did you come? No, you're too busy fighting with, and she like says like that's his name and stuff like that. I was like, I wasn't even with them. She's like, oh, then who were you with? And I was like, what are you talking about? I was with Charlie. Like, Charlie wanted to be on the stick. And she's like, why? And so like the conversation was just going like here, there, that. And I was like, what happened that night? For what? Like, all like annoyed and pissed off. Like, she just went 0 to 100. And so I was like, okay, maybe something happened. And I was like, all right, Ma. And she tells me that if I get what she wanted from my grandma, that she'll tell me. And I was like, okay, Mom, because I'm just all annoyed. And she's like, what? Why are you so annoyed all the time? I was like, what do you mean all the time? Like, why do you say that? Like, that's not even true. And so we started like fighting. One of the employees comes over and he's like, guys, like, you know, like, maybe let's just take a break. And so then he walks me out. I go out to the car. My grandma's like pissed, yelling at my brothers because my brothers are sad because they want to see my mom. And then how come I got to see my mom? It's a huge thing. So then I get in the car and my grandma's like, explain it to them. I was like, explain what? Like, I'm all like, what? And she's like, she doesn't understand like why I couldn't wait. That why did I go and still see my mom when my brothers couldn't? They're like, why couldn't I just wait? And I was like, oh, I'm sorry. Like, I didn't even think about it. She's like, that's the thing, you're never fucking thinking. And I'm like, okay. She's like, you're so selfish. They're over here crying because they want to see their mom. And then I tell you just to wait, we'll drop them off. I was like, okay, well, you didn't even like say it all that. And she's like, it's just common sense. Do you have common sense? Do you? Like, she was so mad. And then I felt bad because I was like, damn, I didn't even think about that. You know, and she's like, exactly, you're just selfish. And I tell her, I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. And she's like, don't tell me you're sorry, tell them. And so I was like, guys, like, I'm sorry. I just want to see Mom. And, you know, I'm sorry. And then my girl was like, you were going to see her. You were still going to see her. You just going to and wait. And then I was like, damn, I'm like, yeah, you're right. I'm like, I could have, like, yeah, you're right. And so I'm apologizing, but it wasn't good enough. She was mad. And yeah, I should have waited, because where was she gonna go? Nowhere. She's stuck there. I was just being selfish and I wanted to see her. And I didn't think, I wasn't thinking, you know? And I felt bad because I was like, damn, that's true. Like, why couldn't I just wait? That I was being selfish. In a messed up way, I was like, I just wanted to see her by myself, without my grandma, without my brothers. Like, I just wanted to talk to her without anybody else getting in the mix. And that was up. It really was. And so my grandma's like now threatening me that she doesn't even know if she wants to take me because I just pissed her off, that like she doesn't understand that like why me and my mom are so selfish, that she just doesn't get it, that she wasn't, you know, like that with her siblings. And I'm the whole time I'm like, use a lie, because for all we know, you was. And if you did do anything out of the kindness of your heart, you made sure to not let anyone forget. You made sure to bring it up anytime you can. Anytime. Because that's just how my grandma was. Like, she literally couldn't do something without letting you know, I did that. You know, and it's just like, okay, I don't even want it. Take it. Because it's going to be a constant because of me. Just take it, please. So my grandma tells me that she doesn't even know if she even wants to take me anymore. And I'm like, it's okay, I don't have to. She's like, oh yeah, because you got to do whatever you wanted, huh? And I'm like, ooh. I was like, I just don't want to stress you out anymore, grandma. Like, I'm sorry. She's like, well, I need you to go so that I don't fall asleep, and I need you to go and help me because I can't be carrying all these things. You guys don't think about me and my age and this. And I'm like, okay, grandma. Like, I didn't know what to say. My brothers get dropped off. Their dad is like pissed off because my brothers are fussy because they wanted to see my mom. And so my grandma's out there, and it pissed me off that my grandma was out there explaining to this piece of shit why my brothers couldn't see my mom, and he has an attitude with my grandma. Like, I'm still like defensive, like, don't talk to my grandma like that, because the way he acted, and I'm like, dude, you should be fucking dog walked every fucking day, and he still sits there and acts like, you know, my mom and my grandma and whoever else should talk to him with respect because he's apologized. And I really hated that they gave him los huevos to talk the way he did, and he's like, nah, you should have called, and they thought the boys were excited, and she's like, yeah, I know, like explaining herself. And I'm like, so I yell out the window, I'm like, grandma, don't be explaining yourself to him. F him. And he's like, and he's a she's squeak out like this effing kid. And my grandma's like looking at me like, Alexis, stop. And I was like, no, f him. I was like, you knew my mom was in there and you didn't tell me when I called you, but you want to call me because she stole something for you, like a little bitch. And so yeah, I got mad, and he's like, just like, oh, of course, who comes out throwing their trash? Barbara. You damn Mexicans always fighting up in here. Psh, I can't wait to move. Then move, bitch. I was like, Barbara, ain't nobody talking to you. Shut the fuck up. So I'm like fighting with Barbara, fighting with the stepdad, and my grandma's just like, you see, always causing problems. I was like, no, that bitch wants to sit here and be racist, and you don't want to tell her nothing, but you want to tell me something, going to be in my face, tell me this and that, and I'm worth this and this and this and this and this. And Barbara's like, child, if you were my daughter, I would have bar soap in your mouth. Barbara, you. So I'm like, oh, I know I didn't react appropriately, but I was just so frustrated because I'm just like, you Barbara, you have nothing to do with it. She's always being racist, bitch. And then the stepdad too, knowing that my mom was in the mental institution, and when I called him, he didn't tell me, but he was so quick to be like, your mom stole from me, bitch. I don't give a fuck at all. So it really irritated me a lot. So I'm just over here arguing. I was gonna say his stupid name. Stepdad goes in the house. He's all pissed off. My brothers are like crying. I wanted to see mom. I wanted to see mom. And he's an asshole to them, yelling at them to shut up. And I'm like, don't talk to them like that. I always defended my brothers. Even when they were living with me and their dad got crazy with one of my brothers and choked them out, I have always went to bat for my brothers. Always. They can never say I didn't. Like, literally always 10 toes down behind my brothers. So I was cussing him out. I was like, shut the fuck up. Calling him a pet, letting everybody in the complex know, being the loudest of loud. And he's just like looking behind me, and I was like, what? And I'm just like arguing with him. As I'm arguing with him, Barbara's over there talking to my grandma and asking her questions about my mom and stuff, and my grandma's over there sitting there telling the whole story. And it's like, that's crazy. You can tell a whole stranger about my mama's business, but you won't tell her daughter? That's crazy. So I'm like, grandma, get in the car. So I'm like mad at my grandma because it's just like, what the are you doing? And I hate talking to my grandma like that, but like, what is you doing? And out of all people, Barbara. So my grandma cannot walk away talking to Barbara, so I have to get out of the car, go and get Barbara. Barbara's like, child, you need to learn child's place. And I'm like, Barbara, f you. And that's how I talked to Barbara, because I did not give a f about Barbara. F her. She was like, you little Mexican. I'm like, all right, cool, I don't care. So then I get my grandma in the car, and Barbara wants to go around the corner. She said, I got 25 cents. I said, Barbara, shove them up your ass. I don't care. You got no 25 cents for a freaking cigarette, bitch. Like, I was so pissed off. So my grandma is like, God, you have a nasty mouth. You and your mom always cussing. You guys sound like sailors. Which is funny because I shouldn't be cussing with my mom, but she's the only person I really can cuss like a sailor with. Like, it just comes out like SpongeBob. When I'm with my mom, it just comes out like nothing. But anyway, so I was like, I'm sorry, grandma, but you don't gotta be telling strangers my mom's business and stuff. And well, she was concerned, and I was like, yeah, I was concerned too, and you didn't care to tell me. She's like, I already told you why, and you don't want to listen. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So then my grandma tells me not to be arguing with my stepdad, that I just make things worse, because like, for all she knows, he's taking care of all my brothers because he's frustrated with me. And I was like, I didn't think about that. She's like, you know he's sick, you know he's an ass, blah blah blah, you know this and you know that, but you just never shut the fuck up. Valid. So then we go to Walmart, and my grandma's telling me like all the things my mom needs. I was like, she don't need that, she don't need this. She's like, I'm not asking you, I'm telling you this is what she needs. And I was like, oh, But when I need, and she's like, I'm not your mom. I was like, yeah, you're my grandma. My grandma. You still have ma in there. Like, because I don't know what the... If I could go back in time, I would have never been around them. I would have been like, you know what? We've been here before. Let's not do it this way. Let's try it this way. But I always say the path is the way it was for a reason, right? Anyways, so my mom got some like crazy ass freaking lotions. She got some BioSilk. And I'm like, my mom does not need BioSilk, grandma. Like, what are you talking about? Get it, get it. And I'm like, oh my God. I got her deodorant, got her toothpaste. We went and got her cigarettes. And not even like just like one pack. My grandma got her a carton. I'm like, why the f she needs a carton? Maybe this is why she didn't give her money, now that I think of it. Now as we're talking out loud. When grandma took like shampoo, deodorant, and like the cigarettes, and you were just handing them out.
Oh my God.
You remember?
Oh my God, I do.
When she was in jail, because she's probably like, she wasn't gonna even give it, but I could write a book. Anyways, so we're driving back, and it's a long minute, y'all. It's a long minute, and the whole time my grandma's just reading me for filth. If I want to be around, that I need to let it go. And I'm like, no, I'm not gonna let it go.
When that happened to grandma, she's like that. I don't know why. But she first thing she said is, don't tell your brothers, don't tell nobody. Because right off the bat, sort of and hide them.
It's crazy.
And then when I did tell him, grandma's off, you see what you've done? You see what you've done? Oh, I remember sometimes I tell her, like, she was the problem.
Yeah. I don't know why you guys think that just because he said sorry, it's okay. And she's like, you forgave him the first time. So let's take it back. We were in Mexico. I was like 5, 6, okay? 5 to 6 years old. Okay, I always say it, but I get so scared because I'm like, what if I get this footage off the cassette tape and it's like, it triggers something. So like I never make it into like a CD. Anyways, the room that we were staying in Mexico, this is the bed. Okay, me, my brothers. There was another bed over here. It looked like it wasn't as big. It was like this. So my mom would sleep against the wall and my stepdad. Here's me, my 2 brothers. Okay, stepdad would come over here and lay in the bed with me and my brothers. Something would happen. I would wake up and be like, stop. And then he'd be like, oh, and go back to his bed. My mom woke up. I'll go into it in another story time, but I'm just giving you guys little bits. So my mom, she said, probably sleepwalking. There's more to the story. There's more to the story. I told my mom and him to talk to me. He said, forgive me. I said, okay. It happened again and again and again. Then it happened when we were in the States. Again and again and again and again and again. So my grandma, where I don't know if it was her age or what, but she's like, you forgave him. And I was like, and she was still stuck on the Mexico thing. And I'm like, the thing that happened in the States, I did forgive him too. But then I was like, you're not sorry. But my grandma wants to get hung up on this one, the Mexico one, and be like, but you forgave him because he did a whole thing. He was like crying on his knees. God forgive me, this and that. It was a whole shebang. His mom was there, all that, right? My grandma's hung up on this apology because of how he was, right? Because I was like, wait, are you talking about when I was 10? When I was like, you're not sorry. She's like, no, Mexico. So I don't know if it's because of age and she was just like mixing. Do you remember the times I told you about Mexico? We stayed with his mom and there was 2 beds and he would stay in the bed with you. And then he would come and lay with me.
I remember saying that he laid over there because there wasn't enough room on the bed because of the baby. Some bullshit. That's when he started, no? Yeah. Or I seen him. I just remember thinking, like, what are you doing? Like, why'd you sleep over there? Yeah. And 5 or 6, you're little.
Is it crazy? I was just wondering if you remember the Mexico incident. Like, if you had it in the back of your mind. And so, like, did you keep him away? Or, like, how it worked, you know?
I didn't ever think that he was big. If I would have thought it, you know, I would have, I don't know. Obviously prevented it, you know? I didn't think that he was being a pervert.
But even when you did find out?
I don't know, baby. After that, I was off. I don't know.
Yeah.
That was very off.
I don't know what the hell. But I was like, wait, what? I was like, Grandma, that should void out the apology if he continued to do it as I got older. No, I don't want to hear about it. Like, it was just so all over. It was so hard talking to her because I'm just like, what? Like, that doesn't even make sense. Like, that doesn't, but I don't know if she was trying to confuse me on purpose, because I'm like, how would that make sense? That's like, oh yeah, you forgave him. Remember Mexico? And it's like, when I was 5'6", that apology isn't even, that's not even a, what? And so I'm like, when I was 10, and she's like, no, Mexico. And I'm like, what? Confusing. So we're fighting this whole ride, and she's just mad, and she's like, you need to like leave it in the past. And my grandma has a lot of trauma. She has her own fucked up story, super fucked up story, where I'm like, nobody saved you, that's why you didn't save my mom, and you don't want my mom to save me. Like, it literally is like that. Like, it's fucked up. Do you get what I'm putting down? All right. I tell my grandma, like, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to look the other way. I don't. And she's just telling me that my brother's gonna die. Not to be selfish, to not be like that. That it's not just about me. That in this life, that I cannot be selfish like that. That it's not fair. That it's 2 brothers and just me. That, like, that's not fair for them both to miss out. And then when my sister came in the mix, it's like 3 against 1. That's not fair to the 3 of them. I was never gonna win. You know what I mean? Ever. So we're just like fighting the whole way. So I'm like crying. I'm not like, I'm just like tears running down. My freaking shirt is like a little bit soaked because I'm just like, it's just pouring down, where I'm just like, this is so f***ed. Like, this is so f***ed up that you really want me to sit here and be like, yes, I forgive him. I was so angry. And then I'm like, because at this time, my grandma doesn't live here. Okay. So I'm like, Grandma, where are you staying? And she acts like she doesn't hear me, because I'm just like, it's not clicking. It's not clicking right now. Like, what? So I'm like, Grandma, where are you staying? Because like, I'm just like, let's just add more salt to the wound, Jade. Let's just a little bit more. Come on. Like, let's just go on fire. So I ask her again, because during this time, again, she's not living here. She hasn't moved down here yet. So I'm like, Grandma. So she said that she has been there and that he's at a friend's house. And I'm like, And she wants to look at me like if I'm crazy. And I'm just like, and then it gets worse, right? As years go on, doing his laundry, she lives with them. Not at 1 spot, but 2 spot. Like, the more I say it, it sounds crazy. And then when I tell her, like, why are you living with him? And she was just like, oh, then you buy me a place. Then you let me live with you. I'm like, how? Like, I don't even have a place for myself. Like, what are you talking about? But my grandma was just like, don't tell me anything if you can't provide for me. So this is what I have to do. So anyways, so I'm just quiet. Oh, this is normal. Like, and your feelings are just too much. This is normal. Like, you're overreacting. Like, that's what I constantly felt like I was always overreacting. I literally felt like, am I crazy? Because like everyone else around me that I was surrounded with was just like, yeah, like, where do you expect her to go? I don't know. In a hotel? I don't know. Tommy's? I don't know. Anyways, so when we finally get there, I'm just like fuming. I'm like pissed. And she's like, get out. I'm like, I don't want to see her anymore. Oh my God, you're gonna start. You see, you're selfish. You're selfish. Tell her, I'm like, I'll help you. Take it to the door. I just don't want to see my mom right now. And she's like, fighting with me. I'm like, okay, fine. So I grab all the stuff. We go to the door. Me and her. We walk in. My mom, again, just like bouncing from like couch to couch. Just looks like a little rabbit. Just like all up in the mix. And my mom sees this. She's like, oh my Mom, Jade. And I'm just like, I just know it's a performance. I just know it's an act. And I just want to like slap her with the carton of cigarettes. Like, get out of my face. I'm like, oh, like mad. So my mom sees my face and she's like, what, Jade? Like, what's wrong? What's going on? And I was like, you know where Grandma's staying? You know where Grandma's staying? And my mom was like, oh, babe, like, I know, like, it's just such a situation right now, but I promise when I get out of here, things are gonna be better and we're gonna get our own house. And she's just making up these fake scenarios and we're gonna get this and we're gonna get that. But you made it look like if it was like you were big chilling in there, you know?
I know, but it was like feeling very toxic. When I was reading on the symptoms and bipolar, or actions, whatever. And it says there, feeling the grandiosity, and that means like you feel like you're rich, you got money, and if you don't, you can figure it out, and you just giving, give everything away.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, it's all there. I'm like, oh my God, that's me.
and it's just all lies. It's all lies. And I have to sit there and I have to put on a fucking brave smile because I'm just like, wishful thinking. So we're sitting there. My mom has her carton of cigarettes and she's passing them out like candy. And like I was just sitting there pissed, and I'm just like looking at her and I'm just like, you're so stupid. My mom tells one of the girls that I guess needed deodorant. She's like, you remember you said you needed deodorant? Here you go. Yeah, my mom got it. And I'm just like, what the fuck are you doing? What are you doing? Like, it was so annoying. And it was so annoying because I'm like, why the fuck do I care? She don't give a fuck. Why should I? The shampoo, same thing. I was like, here, no, take it. I don't even use a conditioner. It's fine. And my grandma's just sitting there. She says her little comments here and there, but no one hears her. No one cares. You think they're gonna be like, oh yeah, old lady, okay, yeah. No, they don't give up. I'm just sitting there and my mom's like, ay, Mika, don't be so mad. Your grandma's stuck in a really sticky situation. She's in the middle. She's stuck in a situation. Okay. And I was like, promise things are gonna get better. You'll see. I'm gonna make them better. I just have to get better first. And I'm like, yeah. I just have to, it's gonna be fine. And so I'm just sitting there and my mom is just like, why are you so mad? Like, I promise your grandma doesn't want to be there. And my grandma's like, what, you think I want to be there? And I'm like, didn't say that. And my mom's like, everyone is in a really bad situation because of me. It's gonna get better. Just be patient with me, Jade. Don't be mad. And I'm like, I'm not. Like, I was just, it was so hard just to, you know? So then everyone got their little treats and everything. My mom's lighting up. It gets halfway and where she's talking, the cherry falls out. So then she lights another one and my grandma gets pissed. My grandma's like, you see, you're so wasteful. I don't even have that much money. I'm over here having to do chores around the house so that he gives me something and you're just gonna waste it. And I'm just sitting there trying so hard to be like, why the fuck are you doing his chores? Why the fuck are you washing his laundry? Why the fuck are you cleaning? Why the like, what is, like, have you no shame? Like, I was just so upset, but the whole time I'm just like, like just biting my tongue. And my mom was just looking at me like, what, Jade, what? And she's like rubbing my thigh like, what? Like, Mia, what? Like, it's okay. Like, don't be mad. It's fine. And I'm just like, can they give me something here? Like, you know, because I'm like, man, like, this is so annoying. Visitation time is over. So my mom hugs me and she loves me. She gave me a little tour of her room. This is where she's staying. This is where her friend, and it looks cozy, it looks nice. There's a TV, they play certain movies, and I'm like, damn, this is real nice, mom. And the whole time I'm on fire. I'm just like, I don't want to see this. Me and my grandma finally leave. My grandma's just quiet, like quiet, and I'm just like, because I did not want to hear anything. Like, I was in my mind, I kept thinking when we were driving, I was like, if she says something right now, I'm opening it and get whatever. What's the speed? How fast you going? Okay, that's gonna, yeah, maybe just slow down a little bit. Like, I was just, every time that she went and I kept thinking she was gonna say something, I was like, please don't. Silent the whole ride. And I was like, gracias a Dios, thank you, because I was so pissed. I was so mad. I don't think you understand how mad I was, where it's just like, I wish they had rage rooms and axe places back in the day. Could I afford it? No, but like, maybe I could have been friends with somebody who knew how to get in or something. I was just, we get off the freeway, she's like, this turn or this turn. I was like, that one. Drops me off. Bye, grandma. And I just close it. I just go inside. Don't even look back at her, don't even hug her. Like, I was just like, ugh, like, I hurt my own damn feelings. Like, I go inside Tommy's house. Tommy's like, how'd it go? I was like, it went good, Tommy. She's like, you see, that's what you wanted? Just bugging just to hurt your own damn feelings? Is that what you like? She's like, that has to be a mental illness. Like, it has to be. You need to be in there with your mom. And I just look at her. I was like, yeah. Go to the restroom. You guys know I have a messed up routine I do. Do that routine. Take a shower in boiling hot water so that it burns even more. You know what I mean? And I knock out. Because I'm like, no, I can't. Like, no. I'm like already thinking of plans. Like, I'm gonna go to the beaches already, thug it out there, it'll be fine, it'll be cool. And I'm just like, I'm not doing this no more. Like, I'm not gonna keep doing this anymore. They don't care. And I'm like telling myself that over and over and over. They don't care. They don't. And it was so hard because I still didn't get it. And I didn't get it for a very long time. I didn't get it till a decade later. They don't care. They don't. Even when my mom would tell me herself that she needed to focus on my siblings. You're good. you're good. I still was like, she don't mean it. She don't mean it. Because I didn't want it to believe that like I didn't matter to them, you know? And even as like I got older and my grandma like has like my sister and stuff and my younger brother, and my grandma would tell me like, it's about them. I would be like, she don't mean it. She don't mean it. She don't know what she's saying. And I would try. And I would try. And you guys have seen like the vlogs and stuff. Like I would try. But it's like, for what? I kept pouring into their cups. They never poured back. And I don't know how to explain it, y'all. Like it's just like, it takes time. It took a lot, you know? So as I'm laying there just giving myself these speeches, I finally knock out. I knock out. Like, have you ever just like sunk into your bed? It feels so good. It's like one of those things where like, you jump in the bed and you get comfortable and you're like, oh, I don't want to move out of this position. Like, this is the spot. This is it. This is it. Like, I felt like that. Like, it felt so good. So I knock out. I'm like sleeping so good. And I just feel something next to me. Like, I just feel presence. And I'm like, someone's in the room with me. Like, someone is in the room with me. I turn over and it's Tommy. I need you to get ready. And I'm like, what time is it? It's 4 o'clock. Why do I have to get ready? Get ready. And I'm like, okay. So she gets off the bed and I'm like, creep. Like, why are you in the bed with me? So I'm like getting up, putting on my clothes. It's a little chilly out. Put on the jacket. Look at my phone. I have a text message. I look at it. It's Joe. Hey, I miss you. You up? And I'm like, what the f? So like I kind of get like a little excited because I'm like, what? Like it was just like out of the blue, you know? Like what the heck? Tommy comes back and she's like, are you ready? And I'm like, where are we going? I'll tell you in the car. I'm like, okay. So we're like walking outside. It's like cold. And I just remember like walking and I feel like I couldn't get to the car fast enough. Sitting in the car. We're waiting for it to like heat up and stuff like that. And I'm like looking at her and I'm like thinking like, is she taking me to Kid Gel? Like, did I mess up? Like, where am I going? Like, we're not gonna do a run at 4 a.m. Like, what? She looks over at me and she's like, don't tell your grandma. And I'm like, about what? She's like, just don't tell her. And she like reverses and we're driving and I'm like holding onto the handle because I'm like she's not giving me any information. And I'm like, where are we going? She's like, we gotta go get your mom. And I'm gonna end it there. I love you guys so much. Besos a todos. And I'll see you guys in my next story time. I love you guys so much. Make sure to give me a big thumbs up. Hype up the video if you can. I greatly appreciate it. It helps me out a lot. And check out the vlog channel because I will be posting on there. I love you guys. And I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye. I just like when I really think about it, I'm like, damn, she was so mean, and for what, you know?
And for what? And that's crazy, babe, because you know, like you were her favorite, her pride and joy forever.
Yeah.
But she's such an asshole to you. Like comments that she's made, that she said.
That's what I said too. I was like, I love my grandma. I loved her. And then sometimes when you say things out loud, you're like, maybe that's why, you know? Like in a way, like I know grandma was upset that like I just didn't forgive the stupid son of a bitch and like keep everyone together. And so I'm like, maybe that's why she got bitter towards me. Grandma didn't get that, you know?
You think?
I don't know. I'm like, I guess it's like trying to find an excuse for her, you know? Because like a lot of the times I do remember her, like how she would tell me like, you're not going to get better, that you weren't going to get better. Like your mom's not going to get better if you're constantly there. Like you're a reminder.
Like, what was she trying to say with that?
Right? And then be like, but you forgave him. You forgave him and then you took it back. You forgave him. And then I was like, yeah, because I can. Like, because I can. And then when grandma would constantly tell me that the boys were going to suffer without their dad. I don't got a dad. Just kidding. Tough yeah. Right. She was just so mad. I think that's why too. I think like in a way that's why.
It's in my head all the time too. I was off dumb. I didn't do it right.
As I'm telling the story time, I come to this realization where I'm like, oh my god, my grandma probably thinks she's right because my mom got better in Texas. I was like, well, she should say thank you because I paid for it for grandma to go. Like I remember grandma just kept complaining and complaining that she just wanted to be with, you know, her sister.
Babe, oh my god. She doesn't like her at all. She's always talking about me going down and shit because I'm like, nerves. I remember thinking, I didn't know you were scared. I wasn't obviously thinking right, but I've never been all proud of you. Forever I had guilt, remember? Oh
yes.
My God, Grandma would eat me up, chew me up, spit me out, do it again.
Oh, yeah. I know sometimes when I think about Grandma and stuff like that, I'm like she's a different kind of mean, you know?
She's a hardcore trigger, man.
I would look up your name on repeat, and that's how we would know sometimes that you were in the jail, because like there'd be a new mugshot, you know. I knew that like you were there, you were safe, you know. And I was like, oh, like I know she's in there, which is when you really think about it. But I just remember being like, I don't want her to die, because there were so many times where we would see you walking in Ogden and you were so sunburned, Mom, and I was like why? Like, why can't she just stop? Like, why can't, you know what I mean? Like, I just
never figured like something was wrong, babe.
Well, when we tried to like, well, not we, because I was still young, I couldn't, you know, make you take the meds and stuff like that. Like, you just, it didn't seem like you wanted to stop, because like when it felt like
it wasn't even addiction. If you think about it, if I'm on the street home with no money, how do you think I'll be getting high every day? You know what I mean, babe?
Because you're a good blood, Ma. Like, I feel like
it doesn't matter, Mama.
that, like,
I'm not saying I didn't around with the drugs, but
yeah.
It wasn't drug addiction. When you're manic, you just feel like you're on top of the world naturally.
Yeah, and that's what would confuse me. Like, you would be manic, and then like when pop off, or like you would get locked up, or like, and then you would get sober off the drugs. It's like, oh, there's my mom. You know what I mean?
No,
or
depression.
I would get in trouble. Yeah, and so I'm just like, okay, why can't you just be depressed all the time then, so you can be my mom? Do you know what I mean? Like, it was so confusing, because I'm like, is it manic? Is it drugs? Like, what is it?
I tell you, Grandma, I was stupid too, or ignorant, naive. I just believed everything Grandma said.
And then it just like messed with me, because I'm like how Grandma would say, like, oh, like I broke you, you know? If I never would have told you about that incident, like, because that's when it happened, you know? So I'm like, how could that be bipolar? And then at the same time, like, I was only like 10 when that happened, so like I don't know all these words, I don't know all these definitions of this and that. It just seems like, oh, okay. Like, as an example, and where he's like on the stuff and he's constantly going like in a way that was like you know what I mean? And it's like maybe he's mentally ill, maybe he has bipolar, maybe this, you know? So it would always be like, okay, so what is it? Like, you can be good when you're like locked up and stuff and detoxed, or like, you know what I mean? And then I did see the parts where you're super depressed.
But you wouldn't even know what was happening when I was locked up, babe. When
yeah.
I was in there, majority of the time, it was hella lockdowns. I was very, very violent. I was very aggressive. I
wasn't just like, oh, F my mom, like from the jump, you know? It was just like so many things where I was like, what the f-? And then how you would bring people around that I didn't like, and I was just like, what the is going on? Like, I just know that like if we would see this story with anybody else, we'd be like, what the fuck? You know? It was just it was just so confusing. And so Grandma was telling me to make sure that like I told them that like didn't know. And it's like, little does everyone know, everybody knows.
Everybody knows what he is.
Everybody knows.
I'm
so
glad
crazy.
He survived. I don't want to ask you, but I hate bringing it up because I never say the right thing. God, about you made me gasp.
I know.
Why? And so what? Like, not to be mean, but who's Grandma? To you. You know what I mean? My grandma's a very mean person. You okay?
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, baby.